And then, y'all, why are people trying to downplay the Super Bowl? Like, what's up with that? Since when are we downplaying the Super Bowl? Since when is the Super Bowl not a staple in an artist's career? Like, is that what we doing now? Or are we only doing this because Kendrick Lamar has got the Super Bowl? Is that what this is? We're trying to belittle Kendrick's moment. So this guy, Ian Schwartzman, is I guess one of Joe Budden's co-workers. So he said the Super Bowl performance isn't an accomplishment for the artist. It's a win for the institution. It's always been this way too. The only difference now is people have social media to make up narratives. Back then, they just sang, clapped, and watched. Now, ain't that funny? Y'all just got finished crying for 120 days and 120 nights about Lil Wayne not getting the Super Bowl. Now it means nothing. Now it means absolutely nothing. That's crazy. His manager, Joe's manager. Now the Super Bowl means nothing. If the Super Bowl meant nothing, why was there a campaign for Wayne to do it instead? Why is the Super Bowl no longer an accomplishment? Like, I've never heard that before. Is it because the last 5 acts will be Black artists? All of a sudden, things lose their value when Black people are involved? Is that what you're trying to say, Ian? Like, the last 5 artists were The Weeknd, Dr. Dre, Rihanna, Usher, and now Kendrick, and all of a sudden there's no value in the Super Bowl? I never knew that to be the case. Like, I thought all these artists, that's one of their goals. I mean, that's what Lil Wayne was saying. That's always been a goal of him, to perform at the Super Bowl. I mean, like, if the Super Bowl means nothing, why did Usher break the ratings last year? According to NFL media, last Super Bowl had record-setting Super Bowl. Total unduplicated audience of 202.4 million, the highest on record. 123.7 million average viewers, most watched telecast in history. Most streamed Super Bowl. Usher's halftime performance averaged 129.3 million viewers, the most watched ever. So if the people don't care, why are they still breaking records up until 2024? Like, people literally tune into the Super Bowl for the national anthem, the commercials, and the halftime show. And if you're a football fan and your team is playing, of course, but for the ones who didn't like football, we still watch. At one point, I did not even watch football until a couple years ago, cousins. Like, I'm more of a college basketball girl. Like, that's what I like to watch. I look forward to March Madness every year. But even still, with me not being into football, the Super Bowl, you still watch it and you still tune in because it's a big thing. People literally have watch parties for it with their family and their friends. So the audacity to say people just tune in now due to social media and to make narratives, like, why are we lying? Like, why are we lying? Why are we making up shit? Hold on. Hold on. I remember coming across a video. Let me get the link of the video of Whitney Houston performing in 1991, and there was 3 Black guys who were recording their reaction because they were excited to watch her performance. Y'all, this is from 1991. Her doing the Star Spangled Banner. He said it's only because of social media that people care about it. I don't remember us having social media in 1991. But these 3 Black men recorded themselves.
Sing it, baby. Oh, God, man. Sing it, baby. This is really starting to sweat. This is right, man. Yo, baby, give me some.
Like, look how happy they are. They're hand clapping. They're sitting in front of their TV, watching it, tuning in. So what do you mean Super Bowl is only important because of social media? That's cap. And this is a perfect example of it. These three grown ass men sitting in front of a TV with the booty on the back. That's one of those TVs with the booty on the back. And they're excited to watch Whitney Houston perform. There was no social media back then, but they were still tuned in. So why are we lying? Why are we now trying to belittle Kendrick Lamar and the idea of doing the Super Bowl and that it actually means nothing? It's just, it's more important for the network and all of that. It's important for everybody. When these artists do the Super Bowl, granted, they don't get paid for it or anything like that. They have to pay for things themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we see their catalog skyrocket. They get offered better gigs. They're able to do stadium tours. Like, the Super Bowl is very, very, very important for an artist in their careers. But you know what I think it is, cousin? You know why I think Ian said that? It's because I don't know if y'all noticed, but for the last couple weeks, the Joe Budden podcast have been doing these weird things where they're trying to like rewrite history. I got peeped. Like, I don't sit down and watch the Joe Budden podcast unless there's like an artist on there that I really, really like. Like, the last interview I watched was actually Doechie's. And I remembered Joe Budden saying that he was going to request an interview from Kendrick, right? And it clicked to me today that he said he was going to ask for an interview. And I'm not going to say who told me, but a little birdie told me that Joe Budden asked for an interview and he was told no. He was told no about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And ever since then, they've been on this weird kick of trying to push that, oh, Family Matters was a good song. Family Matters should have got a lot more respect. And now all of a sudden, Joe Budden, who I'm finding out is Joe Budden's manager, is now trying to belittle the Super Bowl. Oh, y'all are trying to rewrite history. But unfortunately, I got my PG Lang hat on, and I'm not going to let y'all do that.
Kendrick would feature on your debut project.
Eventually, I'm going to ask Top if he could ask Kendrick and see what comes of that. But I'm going to be real.
So I just want to try to see the clip of him saying, because Doechii was like, they were asking her about if she wants the feature from Kendrick Lamar. She was like, I don't think I'm ready, but eventually I'll probably ask Top or I'll ask Kendrick myself for the feature. And he says, oh, I'm going to ask for an interview too.
Kendrick, or ask Kendrick myself and see what comes of that. But I'm going to be real.
You got told no, and now you're singing a different tune. Ain't that funny? Ain't that fucking funny? Like, y'all be so obvious with your like, it's embarrassing. Like, you don't even understand, like, we peep the shit that you're trying to do. Joe, a little birdie told me Joe was told no. You were told no, that you're not getting that interview. That's not what Kendrick wants to do. That's not where Kendrick wants to sit down. When he decides he wants to talk about anything, it's not going to be with you. And now, all of a sudden, week after week, y'all are doing these podcasts where you're like, oh, Family Matters was this great song. We didn't show it as much love as it deserved. Out of here, Joseph. Out of here, Ian. Y'all are not about to try to belittle this man's moment because you guys are salty. The Super Bowl is important. You know it's important. And he's going to show you why it's important.